Hello, welcome back. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. This is another episode 2 of Blissfully Aware, a podcast about self betterment, mindset, growth, purpose, balance, and what we're doing here. Today, I'm going to be talking about something very special to me because it's one of the things that has helped me most on my self betterment journey so far. Today, we're going to talk about journaling. Journaling has a lot of positive benefits on your mind. It can do a lot for you, and it really does make your life tenfold better. I'm not kidding. Ever since I have started journaling, now I journal in a lot of different ways, and I'll get to that later in this video, but since I have started journaling in every way that I do, my life has improved drastically each time I pick up a different form of journaling. Now, writing impresses on your mind more vividly than anything you can do. Almost the only thing that impresses on the mind more is saying words. But writing out the things that you are thinking really helps impress it in your mind. It makes it more vivid and it attaches to something. When you write something down, you give it a relation. So every time you're writing something down, all the thoughts that you write, all the thoughts that you have, when you write these things down, they make an impression on your mind. And the more impressions that you're able to make on your mind, the better you are able to become, better you are able to progress in life, and the better you are able to do things. It allows you to say literally anything that is on your mind. You are allowed to write anything in a journal. It helps tremendously. One of the things that it can help out a lot with, especially if you're practicing meditation, practicing being calmer, practicing these things where you're keeping a lot of emotion in and you're not acting out, is it allows you to have an output for your frustration and your anger. Now, what do I mean by that? If something really, really upsets you, you can write it down and you can just talk about it. If something makes you happy as well, you can write it down and you can talk about it. There are so many things that you can do with journaling. Writing down your emotions is one of the most important things that I have been doing that has helped me. I write down my emotions every single day. I write down how I'm feeling. I write down how I feel about the day. I write about how the day went, how it made me feel, the things that it made me think about. Everything that happens in my life, I write down. Now, I want to get into a few different types of journals that I have and what they do for me, for example. So the first one I want to get into is my favorite one, which is my pocket journal. It's a little green notebook that I write every single thought I have in that notebook. And I carry it with me. And it's just I jot little, I'll do drawings, any idea that I have, anything that I'm thinking, positive beliefs I'm trying to reinforce in my mind, every single thing that I am trying to think, I'm writing in that journal because I'm impressing it on my mind. And when I write these things, you think about them more. You think about the things that you write. And when you're able to think about the things that you write consistently, they become more vivid in your mind. They become more vivid in your life. And slowly by slowly, they start progressing and progressing and progressing and making your life better. Now, the second journal that I do is a habit tracker. I think tracking your habits is very, very important. I think it helps with a lot. I think it helps motivate you. I think it helps you keep on track. And I think it helps you do the things in life that you know you need to do that you may not be doing every day because you forget and you don't have something to hold you accountable or keep you doing what you should be doing. Mine looks like this. I didn't have all my notebooks over here, but this is one that I have over here. So my habit tracker looks like that. So what do I do for my habit tracker? Well, I have the left side of it where I write down one positive thing from the day, every day, without doubt. Just one thing that happened was positive from that day. Now, what about the right side of the page? Well, all the habits that I'm tracking. So this month, I'm tracking my weight. I'm tracking cold exposure. like cold showers, cardio, the gym, reading, journaling, guitar, doing research, meditating, going to bed on time, waking up on time, not having sugar, not watching excess amounts of YouTube, not having cheat days, and being mindful. These are things that I'm tracking, that I'm trying to strive to do every single day. And then also track the amount that I'm sleeping. And then in between that, I write goals, projects. I call them projects. Now, why do I call them projects? When you call something a project versus a goal, there's something that happens in your mind mentally. If you call something a goal, you almost set yourself up to believe that you are not going to be able to do it. Now, why do I say this? When you think about goals, you think about New Year's resolutions, you think about things that you would like to do, but you maybe don't have time for, or something of the sort. When you say something is a project, it is something you are actively working on that you are going to complete. So everything I do, I call a project. What were my projects for this month? Well, continue the love I have for guitar, start a print-on-demand business, which I have, so you check that off, make a pair of pants, continue being social, stick to your budget, and have fun. So, not every single one of my projects is super serious, but it's all stuff I'm striving to do. I'm striving to be more social. I'm striving to talk to people more. And there are obviously other things in there that I'm trying to work on. The other type of journal that I have 3 more types of journals. I have 5 journals. While, yes, it is a lot, it's important to me. And it has changed my life in unimaginable ways. And when I look back on what was I doing in 2026 and maybe 5 years, maybe 10, I'll have it all documented. I'll have so many things just written down, and it's like I can go back and see what my 24-year-old self was doing at, say, 34 or 29 or 30 or however old I am. If I want to look back on these journals, I can. And that's the beauty about writing. Documents everything about your life. The other journal I have is my daily journal. So for my daily journal, every morning when I wake up, I write in it. I write how I'm feeling for the day, if I have any thoughts. It's really just writing about my experience for every day, and I date them. There's no, obviously, my habit tracker journal is dated, but my pocket journal is not dated, and my other journals aren't dated, but I date my daily one because I think it is important to document each day by day so you remember it more, and you remember the days. And another thing that happens when you do that is your days feel more important. You feel like you're actually doing stuff day by day when you're writing about it. And it has also helped me work on being more motivated, wanting to do more, because I want to write about my day. And when I write about my day, I don't want it to be like, I sat in bed, I watched TikTok, I watched a little more TikTok, I ate one time, and then I went to bed. No, I went out, I played basketball, I played tennis, I went on a run, I hung out with people, I did things, like I'm experiencing life. So rather than just living life like I have been for years and years and years, I'm now experiencing life. Life is happening to me. Rather than letting life just float by and you're there, it's now happening. I am now living. I was not living until I started doing these things. I truly do not think that I was living to my fullest until I started doing these things. And now I think I am the best current version of myself, and continuing to do these things will help me progress to be the absolute best version of myself here going forward. The 4th type of journal that I have is a goal journal. What do I mean by this? I write down things that I have wanted to do. And I know I called it a goal journal. I know that contradicts, but I got the idea. So I still call it a goal journal. Goal journal, project journal, however you want to call it. There are things that I am trying to do by the end of the year. So like I have skydiving, rock climbing, take a photo with a stranger, just things that get me out of my comfort zone and things that keep me wanting to do more and more. And attached with these, I put Polaroid pictures in there. So I put the Polaroid of whatever reminds me of it, and then I write about it. And I think it's really important because 1, it pushes you to do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. And that's why I have a bunch of ideas for them. And additionally, along with forcing you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, it gives you like memories. And you can look back on all these fun times and you have pictures, not just in your phone that, get lost. When's the last time you were looking for a picture and you couldn't find it? Probably a ton. Probably a ton of times. If you have a physical photo, and Polaroids are not expensive. You can get a camera for like 30 bucks, 60 bucks. And then it's 10 bucks for 10 pictures. So if you do one thing a week, it's 60 bucks up front, and then it's 10 bucks per picture, 50 pictures, 100 bucks to be able to document and have pictures for an entire year of activities that you're doing. Not a very big cost. You can do it. And that's something that I've been doing. And I think it's really important. And now my last type of journal is just my junk journal. What do I mean by junk journal? Anytime I want to do something more specific than my daily journal, I put it in here. Like, for example, the notes for this podcast went in this journal. Guitar notes went in this journal. A short story I wrote yesterday or the day before went in this journal. Using my decision matrix went in this journal. When I pray, it goes in this journal. An idea I had for an energy drink company, a board game I'm working on, ideas for pants. Everything that I do that's just not having a structure, doesn't have a real place, I put it in this journal. I'm on the wrong page. But everything I'm doing that I don't have an exact structure for, I put in this journal. Now, journaling really is, in my opinion, one of the most important skills anyone can do, anyone can master, and anyone can achieve. Everyone can journal. You have time. There is no amount of time in the day that you are too busy to journal. Sun up to sundown, you have time to journal. Everyone does. You have minimum 10 free minutes a day. And it doesn't even take 10. I don't always write 10. My journal entries are not always long. My journal entries are sometimes short. Sometimes I want to write 2 pages about how I'm feeling for the day, how I'm feeling for the future. And sometimes I only want to write about, 5 sentences, a few lines. I think it's very important. And let me talk about the positive impacts that I am seeing from journaling. My mood has improved substantially. I don't get angry. I don't get frustrated. I don't get sad or mad. I'm constantly in a higher vibration. I'm constantly in a good mood. And is this that things don't frustrate me or upset me? No. That happens. But when I'm able to write about my thoughts, I'm able to move past things that normally I would dwell on for days or sometimes weeks. Spending a week of your life dwelling on something that now I'm over like that. I think about it once. I think about it sometimes twice. And if anything's really bothering me a third time, at that point, I do just let it go. But most of the time, it gets let go after the first or second time that I'm really focusing on it and I'm really thinking about it. Now, why is this? When you write down all of your thoughts and you write down things that you're experiencing in your life that are positive, it changes the chemistry in your brain. So it actively makes your brain act in a different way. So in my life, when I'm writing down all these things that I'm doing that are positive, when I write down one memorable moment from the day, when I write about how I'm feeling, when I'm writing about all these things, it's constantly impressing a positive image in my mind. So now when I look back on the world, I see it in a positive light. And it's like boom, 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 boom. And it's a lot of ping pong back and forth, in, out, where I'm saying all these positive beliefs. And then all these positive things are happening to me. So I'm continuing to write about positive experiences, and then positive things keep happening to me. And it's just a circle that goes round and round and round. But was it always like this? No. And I can explain why. The things that you write, the things that you say, the things that you do, mostly just the things that you say and the things that you write, they cause what happens in your life. All of your subconscious thoughts, all of your words, everything impresses on your life and shows back to you in reality, in the third dimension, what is happening. So if you say good things don't happen to you and you're saying all these negative things will happen to you because you're speaking it into existence. The universe is making you realize that. But if you're constantly writing about and saying all these positive things that are happening to me, positive things just keep happening, and it compounds and it compounds and it compounds. One of the most important things to do with it is gratitude. Be grateful that positive things are happening to you, but know that you are the reason positive things are happening to you. You need to keep thinking these positive thoughts. One of the biggest things I've been doing too is sleep podcasts. I listen to things that are just constantly hammering off positive beliefs, because before you go to bed, it's the most impressionable time on your brain. So you need to listen to this over and over and do these things and do these meditations and write down your experiences. Write down the things that are happening that are positive in your life. Now, like I said, journaling can be an outlet for frustration. If something really, really bothers you, write it down. But at a certain point, you don't want to be writing or saying things that are negative at all. You think about it, you move on. And after a while, those things don't even bug you. You don't notice them. Your mind is really good at picking out things that are what your subconscious is telling you. It's like when you get a car and all you do is see them on the road after, or you think about someone and then you see them. These things are happening because you think about it. Now, there are a lot of great journals, but 3 of my favorite journalists, Leonardo da Vinci, Charles Darwin, and Abraham Lincoln, all very profound people that did incredible things, that journaled. Why? Because when you journal, what happens? When you are journaling, there are no outside factors. There's nothing from the outside that is affecting what's happening when you're writing it down. That's why I do not journal on my phone. That's why I'm on my phone less, because I'm writing stuff down, I'm experiencing the world, and I'm giving myself something to work on. Now, journaling has so many more positive impacts that I can go on. I just want to leave it off with this. Journaling has changed my life more in 2 months than anything else I have ever done, ever. It has helped me realize so much about my life. It's made me realize so much about myself. I've gotten so much more confident. I've become more social. All the things that I used to not be able to do, I can just do like that. It's not a fix-all, but it can fix almost anything. And it really does help you. So I want to leave a challenge to you. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. I have one challenge for you. Journal every day for a week. Pick one of the types of journals that I mentioned, whether it's the pocket journal, whether it's the habit tracker, whether it's the daily journal, whether it's a junk journal, or whether it is the Polaroid project journal. Choose one of them and do it for a week. See how it makes you feel. I think it will improve your life as it has already improved mine. I don't think a week's a long enough time to really see the results, but even then it will help you within a week, I promise. So, thank you for watching. This is Isaac with Blissfully Aware coming at you with another episode, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Thank you for watching.